What is good, YouTube? Warstu here with a video on the future of the Batman Arkham franchise. So we're going to be talking about the next Batman game, which is literally already unofficially being confirmed by multiple things I'm going to say. I've already been over this stuff, but the fact that DC Fandome website is listing Gotham Knights as one of the tags makes it obvious that the next Batman game will be called Gotham Knights. So if you're new around here, make sure to subscribe to never miss any of the videos. At the 100,000 subscriber mark, I will be giving away something so darn cool, and the competitions on this channel, unlike other channels, are real. So as we know, DC Fandome event is next week, the 22nd of August, and it's going to be a 24-hour event. So we know WB Montreal will be there because it's being confirmed and verified. I don't know what time it is in UK, but the American time is 1:30 p.m. Eastern time. It says ET. Warner Bros. Montreal game announcement. Hero of Halls. Yes, I do understand it could be multiple of other things, but you got to understand this is a DC event. So you could say, but Warstu, it's going to be the Harry Potter game. No, because that's not DC. That's Harry Potter. Although Warner Bros. Own it, this is a DC event. Now, they do have other video games in the works. NetherRealm Studios Injustice 3, but we've only recently had Injustice 2. I mean, Injustice 3 is in the works, but I don't think it's going to be that, to be honest. So, as we said at the start of the video in the pre-log, there is something on the website for DC Fandome event with a tag Gotham Knights. I checked it out myself and verified it is still there. But also, we went over this before any other channel did. A few weeks ago now, a few websites picked up the story. I basically went over the fact that GothamKnights.com was registered, but I also went over the fact that Batman Arkham Legacy was also registered by Warner Bros. Now, if you try to go on the website, it redirects you to whois.com, which is a website and tells you basically a domain and tells you who registered. So a company called Mark Monitor Inc., which is an LA-based software company, registered it obviously for Warner Bros. So it's pretty obvious that the title is Gotham Knights because the website's registered. We've had it confirmed that there will be some reveal at DC Fandome event. We already know that from Rocksteady we're getting the Justice League video game. Essentially, Suicide Squad kills the Justice League, which is the same evidence that I suggested before any other channel did here on the platform. And they've also got a website, Suicide Squad kills the JusticeLeague.com and also SuicideSquadGame.com. For some reason, they're not obviously revealing this information about the Batman game because they literally want it. Not all about Warner Bros. Warner Bros. Don't mean anything anymore. AT&T owns the whole freaking franchise. So it's them that's pushing this event. Now, we've had the Courts of Owls teasers since, I think it was January 2019, for over a year now with the Capture the Night and all the teasers towards the Court of Owl. As we know, Gotham Knights is a bunch of people. It's not just a Batman game. It's the Batman family, so to speak. If you do play on Arkham Knights, there is a DLC online where it's a Batman Arkham Gotham Knights based section. Now, I also think we have the official release date, kind of. So, you know Fortnite, the game that's ridiculously bad, but everyone plays it just because they want to be cool online? Yeah, don't at me, bro. So essentially what happened is the official verified Fortnite Twitter account tweeted out something pretty interesting. Now, you got to understand the PlayStation 5 is coming out in November. The Xbox Series X is coming out in November, though they've got no games. It's pretty much verified. Now that Halo Infinite is being delayed to 2021 or earlier. So the Batman game has been rumored to coming out in November for such a long time. We had people like Jason Schreier saying that E3 the Batman game was going to be revealed. So there is a massive Fortnite Batman base package called the Last Laugh Bundle coming out on November the 17th that will read like this. Create some chaos, wreak some havoc, and embrace the madness with the Joker, Poison Ivy, etc. Comes out November the 17th, and that just happens to be the release date that I was told months ago. I'm not saying I was the only one, but I have reported that whatever this Batman game will be coming out most likely in November. So it's in August. So if it gets revealed next weekend, then that's literally September, October, November, which is interesting because, as we know, November is a very tight schedule because you've got a bunch of games coming out. You've got Assassin's Creed Valhalla, you've got Cyberpunk 2077, but pretty much everyone loves the Batman franchise. So if there's that, if it is going to come out that month, I don't really think it's going to affect customer sales because everyone's been waiting for this Batman game for 5 years. The Warner Bros. Montreal Twitter account went dormant for 5 years. So we know something is coming up. But I'm just so glad as a content creator that we have this reveal at 1:30. Then they're not revealed in Suicide Squad Kills or Justice League panel till 8 o'clock, which is 7 hours late, 6.5 hours later, which is interesting. So it's going to be very interesting. I thought I'd do an independent video that's going over a bunch of evidence because, as you know here, guys, we go deep with all the evidence. Now, I don't really like the name Gotham Knights because I seem to think it sounds cheap and tacky. And also something that backs up is Warner Bros. Montreal has recently just revamped their whole website. Almost like the website is ready to change to Batman based as soon as the information comes out next week, 22nd on Saturday. So the evidence is there. I know I get a lot of flags sometimes in the comments about clickbait, blah, blah, blah. But like I've been telling you for months, guys, this game's come out in months. I've been telling you this information for such a long time. And the fact that the websites are registered to Warner Bros. Tells you there is a video. There's no other thing it can be. GothamKnights.com is registered. Batman Arkham Legacy is also registered. Now, I know based on the engagement in the comment section that a lot of people do not like the title Gotham Knights. But the reason this title makes more sense is because if you've played the Batman Arkham Knight game, you know what happens at the end of the game. So they can't continue that game unless someone faked his own death. So this is supposed to be a soft reboot, but it's supposed to have the same gameplay and the same game mechanics. Now, Batman Arkham Knight was made by Rocksteady, and it's heavily slated for having a weak storyline. But I don't know. So don't expect the same kind of game as Batman Arkham Knight, but it will be on the same basis, gameplay, fighting style. It's just going to be a new Batman game, and hopefully they have some kind of online feature, which will be pretty cool if you can do the story mode with a friend or something. But it's interesting that all the evidence is mounting, and if it is coming out November 17th, I think Fortnite themselves have made a big mistake by revealing this. Now, this would also imply that the Joker is going to be in this. This would also imply that Poison Ivy will be in it, but these are villains that have been in the whole Batman Arkham Origins, Asylum, Arkham Knight, but it's a Batman game, so at the end of the day, they have to keep using Batman-based villains. I just hope it's not going to be boring and generic like all the other ones. I hope it's going to go on a very different angle. The fact that a Batman game hasn't come out since 2015 tells us that they've probably been working on this for at least 5 years, and I'm pretty sure this will be a release title on the PlayStation 5, on the Xbox Series X, on the PS4, on the Xbox, whatever the most recent Xbox is. I don't think it's going to be ported to Switch. I think it will be keeping into a console exclusive, and also it is on PC. So it's going to be very interesting to see if this information does come out. As we reported, guys, months ago about a Suicide Squad game coming out. We've probably been reporting that, actually, I think I first reported that over a year ago. So it is really sweet and really savory when something that I said such a long time ago seems to happen. You know, like we did with the Snyder Cut stuff, and it came out, and I have people going down in the comment section saying, you're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong. And then when it comes true, these same people don't go, oh, well, Stu, sorry, you were actually right. So it is interesting. But this DC Fandome event is going to be freaking awesome. At the same time, if it isn't the Batman game, it will be Injustice 3, because as we said, it's not going to be the Harry Potter game. So the only other thing it could be is Injustice 3 or the Batman game. But I've done a lot of digging. I can't seem to see any websites that are registered for Injustice 3 already. That's public knowledge. As you know, when you register a domain, you have to register it to a company, and it has to tell you exactly when it's registered. It is interesting that it was registered on the 6th month, which wasn't too long ago. So it's almost to me like they didn't know whether to call it Batman Arkham Knight Legacy or Gotham Knight, because I still think Batman Arkham Legacy sounds a lot better than Gotham Knights. But it is interesting. We don't know what. I don't really think the DC Fandome thing, what it says Gotham Knights, concurrently confirms that's the title. But they do have a registered website, which I'm presuming come Saturday will redirect you to the actual website as soon as this event happens. And it is pretty cool that the reveal is really early on. But yeah, we know it's going to be based around the Courts of Owls. And most likely you'll be able to play as Robin, Batgirl, and a bunch of the Bat family, because there were lots of rumors that they're working on a Bat family video game, but there's been so many rumors and he said, she said, what said about this video game. So like always, guys, that's everything that we know thus far about the video game. So like always guys, let me know down below, what title do you want for this video game? Arkham Legacy sounds better, but Gotham Knights is most likely the realistic title. So like always guys, please like, subscribe, and comment. I'll catch you in another video very soon. Catch ya later. But then again, it could literally be for anything, so I'm not sure.